devotions following the family tree of Jesus. The key Bible verse comes from Luke chapter 2.
Good job, Faith. And coming up at that very hour, she began to give thanks to God and to speak of him to all who were waiting for the redemption of Jerusalem. Now, here's the devotion. The prophetess Anna, like Simeon, was faithfully awaiting the promised Messiah. Trusting in God's promises, she worshiped with fasting and prayer, day and night. What joy she must have felt to see the fulfillment of God's promise with her own eyes. At the sight of Jesus, she gave thanks to God and began speaking of him to all who were waiting for the redemption of Jerusalem. Simeon and Anna were not the only faithful Israelites left, waiting for God to fulfill his promise through Jesus. Many were waiting for the redemption that only Christ could bring. The excitement in the temple that day must have been like no other. The wait was over. The Redeemer was there. God in man made manifest.
Can I find my sight words?
His redeeming work would offer salvation from sin, death, and the power of the devil.
Does this have Jesus and God?
Not just for the faithful Israelites, but for all mankind.
Does this have God and Jesus in
Yep, find your sight words in this one.
That was from yesterday?
Yep, this one's today. Where's God?
I'm going to start at the beginning to find a God.
There's God. Good job.
And
Now,
then I'm going to move on to the next.
oh, there's Jesus.
Jesus.
Good job with your sight words today, Faith. So, Simeon, we talked about Simeon yesterday, and today we talked about the prophetess Anna, and they were waiting for the promised Messiah. They were waiting for Jesus to show up, and he finally shows up at the temple. Baby Jesus had finally arrived. God fulfilled his promise. That's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That all of the promises, all of God's promises are fulfilled in Jesus.
Is that okay if I get...
Now, tell them thanks for joining us today. You gotta come.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good day.
In the arms of her who bore him, virgin pure, behold him lie, while his aged saints adore him, ere in perfect faith they die. Alleluia, alleluia, lo, the incarnate God most high.